So the Sacramento Kings agreed on a sign and trade that puts Demar DeRozan on a 3-year deal, sends Harrison Barnes to San Antonio Spurs, and Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks in cash go to the Chicago Bulls. Now, this is a pretty huge sign and trade for the Kings. You signed DeMar DeRozan to a 3-year, $76 million deal. I think this does a lot for their team, honestly. Even though a lot of teams are improving in the Western Conference, in the league in general, but especially in the Western Conference, a lot of moves being made. I think this is a great move. I'm glad they didn't just stay stagnant like they did in the 2023 offseason. Made a big move to improve their team. Off the strength of just, when you look at the trade for the Kings, it's really DeMar DeRozan for Harrison Barnes. It's just an upgrade. It's just an upgrade. When you look at it from that lens, it's just an upgrade. He does everything, literally everything better, except I guess you could say 3-point shooting compared to Harrison Barnes. Let me just talk about the improvement. So on offense, at first I said, I guess it's a small upgrade since he's just better than Harrison Barnes, but it's not going to do that much for the team because, you know, they already have Fox created in the mid-range. They really need 3-point shooters. But I thought about it, and the Kings often got punished for having nobody to create. Like, nobody could really create. Everyone was just, but Fox and Monk was a catch and shoot player. Except obviously Sabonis is a post player, but again, you need perimeter creation, and when Fox and Monk are your only perimeter creators, you're gonna have some problems. But now you got someone else to put the ball on the floor and create, especially in the clutch. You have one of the clutchest players in the NBA, who was also a finalist for Clutch Player of the Year, along with the Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox, instead of Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter breaking threes to play in. You feel me? Now, and since Keegan is gonna get better, he's gonna get better. It's even better for the team, you know? It's even better for the team. So, you know, you got some more pick and roll options. You got some more people to put the ball on the floor. However, like I said before, you still don't have new 3-point shooters. You know, you still go need help on the shooting, but still, just the addition to DeMar DeRozan, have somebody to create in the clutch. And he's a playmaker too. Like, he's not just creating for himself, he's creating for others. So that does a lot for their offense. Now, defensively, the defense didn't improve, you know? You're gonna need that defense to improve, as we saw in the playoffs. You need a functional half-court offense again, and that's what DeMar DeRozan provides. But if your functional half-court offense isn't like one of the top 3 offenses in the league, then your defense better be, you now feel me? Your defense better be lock, and that's not what the defense is looking like. Defense didn't improve at all from what it was last season, which was not good. So as currently constructed, assuming there's no other moves to be made, I don't see this team going very far. I think you'll lose to every team that made the second round this year as currently constructed. Now, I think depending on your matchups, just like the Pacers, depending on your matchups, you can get further and further, you know? So that's what I'll say. Depending on the matchups, they could improve, you know, again, if they make more moves, or if the fit is better than I expect, then, you know, we could get some improvements. After all, the Pacers made the conference finals. Yes, there were injuries, but there's injuries every year. So yeah, anyway, I just hope we don't get no Kings Thunder playoff series. I really hope I don't get to see that, because it's gonna be straight 90s hoops, and don't nobody want to see that. I hope they get a cool 5-6 seed. I hope they don't get like 7-8 seed, because the Thunder are probably gonna be 1-2 seed. So that's what I have for the Kings. And let's talk about the other teams in the trade. So let me talk briefly about the Spurs. You know, they got Harrison Barnes, and yeah, he's a cool vet presence. Another vet presence for Wemby. He needed them all the experience he can get. He could, get some, I don't know, he'll learn something, I guess. He's been in the league. Harrison Barnes has been in the league for a long time. He's former champion. He's also 6'8", so he can help enforce a little bit, you know, be a little enforcer. And he's going to give Victor plenty of opportunity to work on rebounding, as a Kings fan told me. And let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. Once again, fleeced, even worse, monumentally. So let's get this straight. For Caruso, you trade Caruso, just for context, you trade Caruso, who, while he is good, a very good NBA player, all defensive player, he's an older role player at the end of the day. And you got Josh Giddey in a 1-for-1. You know, as much as you want to rag on Josh Giddey, like I said in my other video, I made a whole other video about that. At least, you feel me, you got older player, all right, you got a younger player who has showcased some potential to be something more, something greater, right? And of course, you're rebuilding, you know, all that stuff, right? Cool, 1-for-1. You gave up your best player, who you could have been traded. You really could have been traded him. You already gave him an extension beforehand. You gave up your best player you could have been traded for Chris Duarte, who is DNP, and 2 second-round picks. How is the haul you got for DeMar DeRozan worse than the haul you got for Alex Caruso? I don't care if it's a sign and trade and the team is going to get worse off in the sign and trade. You got a worse off haul for DeMar DeRozan than for Alex Caruso? Can we be for real? Can we be serious? Yeah, nah, it's time for y'all to start that rebuild. It's time for y'all to move on and move forward. Get Levine up out of there and start anew with the young players that you got on the team, with a little invested to help teach the young players. Vucevic, I guess he's just there, and move on. But yeah, the Kings are the team that really moving forward in this deal, and I see they're definitely gonna make the playoffs. It's just a matter of how far they go. It depends on their matchups, but I could see them being a sneaky conference finals, but I don't see them making any noise off the strength of this move alone. They gonna need to make some other moves to improve their defense. You feel me? Get at least one more 3-point shooter, because Kevin Hurt is too suspect. You know, Keegan Murray can improve definitely, unless Keegan Murray just takes a crazy leap, in which case obviously that's different. But you know, Keon Ellis was cool, but again, Keon Ellis play good defense too. But again, you need that 3-point shooting element, perimeter, you know. But just having those two creators in DeMar and Fox, you know, having more options instead of just Fox's bonus. Now you got DeMar as a bonus on that, you feel me? That creates some more options for the team, definitely. So yeah, I like what I see. You feel me? I like what I see.
Thank you. Bye-bye.